Overdrive pedals, there are millions of them, seemingly, but truly great ones, they're slightly harder to find. And when Steve Lukather puts his name on a pedal, at least I get really interested. This is the Rodenberg SLOD Steve Lukather Signature Overdrive. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Cardiolite, and it's good to have you along. You can call me this guy, my name is tricky to pronounce. Today I'm taking a look at something that's really exciting. It's the Steve Lukather Signature Overdrive pedal by Rodenberg Custom Amplification. This pedal costs 229 euros, but it's 3 different pedals in one, and it's handmade in Germany. So considering that, it doesn't cost a lot. It has a low gain overdrive, a high gain overdrive, and a boost, and the signal flows from from the low gain to high gain to boost. You get drive, tone and level controls on the 2 overdrives, and the boost has a tone and level control. You also have a plus 20 dB on switch and a bass on switch on all of the separate pedals. You can lock the overdrives so that when you switch to one, it switches, so you don't get both simultaneously. At least if I've understood correctly, we'll see. It looks well made. It takes 9 to 18 volts. Let's try it out. Before I get going, the one thing I wanted to say is that this video is sponsored by the good people who support me over on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. If you want to check that out, there's a link in the description. You get access to all of my music, lessons and exclusives when you join, and that will support this channel because I buy the gear that I review, and that's not always cheap. Even if I do sell it on, but still. Before I get going, what else do I have here? I have my Marshall Plexi, which isn't entirely clean. I have a Strymon Riverside as a point of reference for me and for you. That's the one I normally use on the channel. I have a bit of delay going on, and I have a noise gate for the Rodenberg. I also have a separate camera filming the Rodenberg so that you can see what it is I do. Here's my clean-ish signal. Now, Steve Lukather is a huge influence on me, and one of my heroes. I absolutely love his playing to bits. So I'm really excited to try this out, and it seems it's been built kind of to be put into an already slightly breaking up amp like the Plexi, so not into an entirely clean one. Although I'm fairly sure it can do that as well. Let's start with the mild overdrive, the low gain one. No noise when you turn it on. Switch the bass switch to off. Let's try the higher gain overdrive with just the way it is, everything set halfway. Here there's a bit of noise. Okay, let's see what the locked switch does. So do we get both overdrives simultaneously if we have it in unlocked position? set it back to the locked position. But this is good if you want to stack the low gain and the high gain sides. This would work. Personally, I don't stack overdrives too often, so I'll just keep them separate. Because the way I'm going to be using this probably is just to have more gain on the high gain side, and adding even more gain would just make it way too much. But let's see. The boost. That has the same bass switch on at the moment. Off. Then it has a plus 20 dB switch that's on at the moment. Alright, so let's start dialing in sounds. Start with the mild lower gain overdrive, and let's add drive. Let's add a bit of tone. Okay, so I added the noise gate now because next it's gonna get a bit noisy. Let me just quickly compare it to my Strymon Riverside. Right, a really quick fiddle with the Rodenberg, and what do I say? I think it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Actually, I've had it for a while here now, and I've used it on a few occasions to get to know it a bit. And I think it is absolutely brilliant. And my guitar luthier friend, who has his workshop a couple of rooms that way, he said, because I buy the gear that I review, so I get an honest review, but I can't afford to keep the gear that I review because that would just cost way too much. He said, let me know when you've done reviewing this pedal because he'll buy it off me. So he was impressed as well. And I have to say, I'm really impressed. I slightly prefer the Riverside. Not by a lot. And one of the reasons for that is just that the Riverside has a built-in noise gate. So I need a noise gate with the Rodenberg, which I don't with the Riverside. As kind of, I could use the Rodenberg and a noise gate and ditch my ODR1. But yeah, the Riverside somehow sounds just a slight bit tighter. But this is absolutely brilliant. Let me give it a try with a Les Paul type thing. I rarely get to play this guitar anyway, so it's a good chance to... I really like it. It's the Harley Benton single cut 550. Swapped out the pickups for a couple of vintage style low output humbuckers. Just a quick run through of the three or the two sides of the Rodenberg plus the boost. Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. I'd be happy to live the rest of my life playing the Rodenberg. Yes, Steve Lukather. You, if you're watching this, why would you be watching this? You, gentle sir, you have put your name on a fine product. And no one's paying me to say this. So, brilliant pedal. Absolutely brilliant. Really like it. If you want to watch more of my gear videos, there's a playlist here. There's also a playlist with my music. Please check that out. I hope you liked the video. Click like if you did. If you want all of my music, access to my lessons and exclusives, check out my Patreon. There's a link in the description. You can take all that stuff for free if you feel that it's not up to your standard or so. Comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell notification thing. And above all, I hope you have a very nice day, and I hope to see you in another one. Take care. Bye.